I know we've been kind of trading some texts about giant pumpkins, and now we're finally here. You got a weigh-in this weekend. What's the situation for what you're trying to do here?
Okay, so it's been a long summer of hard work. We started these pumpkin plants in early April. Got them pollinated in the mid to late June, and they've been growing ever since. It's been a good summer. As you see, this one is my biggest one, probably by about 500 pounds over what I grew last year. Yeah, there's a weigh-in coming up this Saturday in Michigan. I've been there the last 2 years with pumpkins. My first one was 940 pounds. Last year was 1287, and this one should be between 17 and 1800 pounds. That was my backup back there. That one is probably 15 to 1600 pounds. So we're all excited. This is a big deal. In the state of Wisconsin, there is a club, Wisconsin Giant Pumpkin Growers, and there's roughly probably 150 to 200 growers on there. There's 4 certified sanctioned weigh-ins in the state of Wisconsin. This Michigan this Saturday is the last one. There probably have been there's over 40 at 2 of the weigh-ins, probably 25 at another one. So there's been close to 100 pumpkins weighed in Wisconsin, grown in Wisconsin. So we're usually average probably around 120 to 150 pumpkins a year, ranging anywhere from 200 pounds to the new state record, which was set this year in Stillwater, Minnesota at over 2,300 pounds, or 2,300 was, yeah. So 24, yeah.
1,000 people and myself were just shocked at how much this pumpkin weighed. It taped at 2,070, an estimated weight, and I was put in 5th position out of 49 pumpkins. And once it got on the scale, I thought it said 2,040, and it was 2,420, and I couldn't believe it.
So what is it, basically what does it take to grow this? This isn't your typical pumpkin, or is it?
So to grow one of these, you start with good seed. There's seed and there's good seed. It's all from pumpkins that have been grown and genetically selective, the bigger pumpkins or the better pumpkins. This one came from a pumpkin that was grown 2 years ago. It was 1,935 pounds. That one came from a pumpkin that was grown last year, and it was weighed in Michigan at 2,147 pounds, 2,147. So you get seed started all summer long. You're burying and maintaining the plant. You're burying the vines, maintaining the plant, trimming off excess blossoms and leaves and vines, shaping the plant the way you want. You get the pumpkin set, get that where you want. Keep continuing for the next. That's in mid-June, late June. Continue to maintain the plant. Watering, starting, when they first start, we start with a limited amount of water, but when a pumpkin gets on, we start putting on at least 50 gallons of water per day, per plant. Somewhere 50 to 100 gallons a day. Fertilizers, we're putting a lot of fertilizer on. Fungicides, you got to protect the plant from disease and the pumpkin. So most of the growing is done in July and August. They can grow. This one here, we were doing estimated weights on it once a week, and for 2 weeks it was putting on over 40 pounds per day. And that's what the big pumpkins, that's what it takes. So in 2 weeks, this one put on over 600 pounds in early August. So again, protecting the plant, keep it going, keep them dry.
And now it's, you brought it here, it's still not growing now, or is it? What's the status now? You haven't physically brought it here, right?
We picked this pumpkin about a month ago because it was showing some cracks it's got in here, but I have the apple orchard here and I like to have pumpkins on display here, so I wanted to bring one of these here, so I brought this one here early because it seemed like the plant was kind of dying out. So I've had this on display for a month. It's showing signs of being picked. Once you pick them, they actually probably start to lose weight a little bit, a pound or so a day maybe. That one I picked just a week ago. But yeah, you get them picked, get them on display. I wanted to have something on display here, so.
Let's talk about that. You have a business that deals with farm and the falls produce and stuff like that. How does this help? Is this a pretty good attraction for you guys?
Years ago, we had a beautiful birch tree here, and there were, you know, just hundreds of pictures taken here under this birch tree because we'd have it full of pumpkins. And well, the birch tree died, and now we've been for 4, 5, 6 years now. We've had these giant pumpkins here. Nothing. This is the biggest we've had. So, but now we get thousands of pictures taken here by the giant pumpkins. So we're getting to be known as having giant pumpkins here. So it's kind of, we're an apple orchard and we sell a lot of pumpkins. So it kind of goes hand in hand, and it really is a magnet. It brings people in, and everybody gets their picture taken over here. So.
And then, what is it about this sport? I mean, obviously, a lot of folks just grow regular pumpkins, but why did you like to get into the giants?
I got into this because somebody that was doing this kind of got me to try it. I tried it one year, didn't have much luck. I got one up to maybe 150 pounds, and then a deer started eating it. But then a couple years later, he said, well, the Giant Pumpkin Growers Association of Wisconsin has a patch tour every summer, and we want to have the patch tour here. We want to tour a couple patches we want you to be on, and we're going to call it the Rookie Patch Tour. So I was kind of forced to learn it in a hurry because the other pumpkin growers were coming to see my pumpkins. So I kind of figured out through YouTube videos and talking to people how it's done, and that's when I grew a 948-pound pumpkin. But looking back, it was kind of embarrassing what my pumpkin patch looked like when they all got here, because my pumpkin was maybe 200 pounds. I had 4 of them that year, and but it panned out 948 pounds, 940 pounds, and learned a lot. I made mistakes this year. I think this one could have been a couple hundred pounds heavier if I'd have done some things differently. But it's live and learn, and the more experience you get, the more you talk to other guys, it's amazing. It's addicting. It's kind of like, you know, it's exciting to get up in the morning and see what's going on in the pumpkin patch every day. So just something to get you out of bed in the morning.
I was just gonna say, so why? I mean, now I know how you got caught. I mean, so why do you stick with it? I mean, obviously there's got to be some bragging rights and stuff. I mean, so what's the why behind all of it?
When you join the association and you get to meet some of these guys that are growing these world-class pumpkins, it's like it's just exciting, you know, talking to them, and everybody's comparing notes, and it's a competition too. It's, you know, it's like playing ball or something. It's a competition, and it's funny, all summer long guys are posting pictures of their pumpkin and their weights. Oh, mine's this big and this big, and then to get to about the middle of August, and all of a sudden everybody's quiet. It's a big secret. You know, they don't tell you where they're going to weigh them. They don't tell you how much their pumpkin is doing, how much it's putting on, and it's just kind of a surprise when you get to the weigh-in, who shows up with what. And, you know, they're all different colors, sizes, shapes. It's just like, I've been growing pumpkins for 25 years, and it's just always exciting to me to go out in the pumpkin patch and looking for that big one. You know, what is that big one? What does it look like? What's the biggest one I got? And it's just all part of growing. And these things are just, they're monsters. Nothing else can describe them. It's just amazing watching them grow and talking to other people that grow them. So the world record was broke this year by a guy in Minnesota. 2,749 pounds. That's the biggest pumpkin ever grown in the world. Wow. The Wisconsin state record was broke last weekend. The old record was 2,283, and a guy from Wisconsin grew on over 2,400 pounds. Yeah. Wow. So they're saying that in the next couple of years, there's going to be a pumpkin that's going to break 3,000 pounds. And just if you look at the trajectory of things, 25 years ago, the state record was like 800 or 900 pounds. Yeah. There was a guy in Kewaunee County here that grew the state record 2 years back in the late 90s, around 2000, 800 or 900 pounds. Well, that's a toy compared to these things now. So yeah. It's just incredible.
What do you win in Michigan? Is it bragging rights? Do you win some cash? What's the prize?
In Michigan, I think first place is either $500 or $1,000. Last year I placed 5th. I think I got $50 or $100 maybe. But you get this huge ribbon. It's a beautiful looking ribbon. And 2 years ago I got Rookie of the Year in the state of Wisconsin. Last year I made the top 20 growers with a 1,300-pound pumpkin. Wow. So that's kind of cool. Top 20 growers in the whole state of Wisconsin. That's impressive, I have to say so myself. So I think the competition this year is a lot tougher. So if this one's 1,700 pounds, I might just make the top 20 this year. There's a lot of big pumpkins weighed in this year, so.
And you're kind of worried because there's some damage. How did the weather treat you out here this year?
As this pumpkin was finishing up, as these were finishing up, yeah, we had hot weather, which can be good because they'll keep growing. My plants were not in the best condition. I made, I didn't probably get them treated for disease like I probably should have. So these two pumpkins both got a couple splits in them. I think there's a spot forming here. If they have too much rot or too many cracks in them, or the crack is too deep, they'll get disqualified. They'll weigh them as damaged, but you won't end up in the competition for the prize money or prizes. So we're taking it tomorrow, and whatever happens, happens. It's all part of the rules of the game, and you work hard at it. It's nice. I'm glad that I have these here because all the people that get to see them, these aren't everywhere. There's something this. You just don't see these everywhere, so it's nice to have them here, and makes a great spot for pictures for the families and kids. So